And we begin with breaking news, a contagious emergency here in Columbus after emergency crews transport a sick patient. Good evening, I'm Dwayne Pullman.
And I'm Ellie Merritt. That patient was picked up at an apartment building on South 6th Street and taken to Grant Medical Center in downtown Columbus. We have team coverage for you tonight. We're live at the apartment, but let's begin with NBC4's Candace Lee, who is live at Grant. And Candace, what do we know right now about this patient?
Well, Ellie, I can tell you that we've confirmed that this patient has recently traveled overseas and is being evaluated here at Grant Medical Center. We were told by Chief Tracy Smith of the Columbus Division of Fire that the patient had complained of flu-like symptoms, symptoms that may be nothing or something more contagious like the deadly Ebola virus. Once that patient was dropped off, fire officials launched their decontamination team to clean the ambulance and other materials and personnel that came into contact with that patient. Chief Smith says it is standard protocol when a contagious disease is suspected in a patient. Columbus public health officials won't tell us much about the patient or where they traveled to, but confirmed to NBC4 that of the 36 people that they are currently monitoring after trips overseas, just one of them is currently being evaluated here at Grant. Communications Director Jose Rodriguez says these evaluation admissions often take 72 hours, and there is no guarantee the patient is being tested for the Ebola virus. Now, no one else inside of the home complained of any flu-like symptoms, and fire officials have since cleared the scene and reopened 6th and Chapel Streets where the decontamination was being conducted. Of course, NBC4 will stay on top of the story and bring you the very latest as it becomes available to us on air and online at NBC4i.com. Reporting live from Grant Medical Center, Candace Lee, NBC4.
Candace, thank you. Again, the patient was picked up at an apartment on South 6th Street. NBC4 photojournalist Salt Brown was there when the medics arrived, and Salt joins us live tonight from 6th Street. Okay, Salt, take us through this. What exactly did you see earlier today?
Well, Dwayne, when I arrived here, there were 3 medics and a fire truck and 2 EMS vehicles that were in this complex. They seemed to be trying to figure out what they were going to do, how they were going to proceed. Eventually, 2 of the firefighters were in hazmat suits. They took the person out of the apartment, and that person was transported to Grant. There was a note left on the door. I do not know what it said. Neighbors I have talked to since then said they understand this family had traveled to Africa and had just recently gotten back, and that they had no contact with them and really didn't know them that well. But as Candace had said, standard operating procedure in a situation like this is that they take no chances. That's probably the best thing that they could have done.
An abundance of caution there, Salt. We appreciate your insight there as you were one of the first on the scene. Let's talk a little bit more about the symptoms. And a big problem with Ebola is that the symptoms look a lot like other respiratory illnesses, like a cold or flu. According to the CDC, include fever, severe headaches, muscle pain, weakness, fatigue, vomiting or abdominal pain, and then that telltale sign of unexplained bleeding. Symptoms can show up anywhere from 2 to 21 days after exposure, but the average is 8 to 10 days. And the treatment so far is supportive care, helping with breathing and fluids, still a lot like the flu. Testing for Ebola is done here in Ohio through the state health department. Now, you might remember it was last October when a Texas nurse exposed to Ebola visited northeastern Ohio. Amber Vinson was planning her wedding in Akron. When she returned to Texas, she found out that she did have the disease. 122 people in Summit and Cuyahoga counties who came in contact with Vinson were monitored, but no one contracted the disease. Vinson recovered after aggressive treatment. And we will be following this story tonight. You can check for updates on NBC4i.com. And for more information on Ebola, we have that there as well.